We have to weigh what is it that makes us upset, and we weigh it carefully because we don't want to lose a good friend on account of something that's silly. You know, I've had people get upset with me because I'm not on time or because I forgot something, and it's true that those things could bother a person, but will that end our relationship? Now, what things should end up our relationship? Maybe a matter of trust. If you have somebody you gave confidence to, you told them a secret, you didn't want something to be told to anyone else, and they broke that, then that can't be a very good friend or an intimate friend.
You know, I think one of the most frequent conflicts that I've experienced with friends is just having misunderstandings. And if someone's not having a good day, or if someone's particularly reactive one day.
And it seems to me if people are arguing, having conflicts and power struggles, maybe it's not really a friendship at all. And whatever people want to call the relationship, but we resolve this by setting limits and reassuring each other that there are boundaries of respect that should be taken notice of.
If it's someone whose friendship I value, I want to continue that friendship, or maybe have a hope of making it better, I will try to have a conversation that talks about my feelings, and you know, if she shares the same feelings, or does she understand where I'm coming from.
So the resolving of a conflict is really to weigh what kind of a conflict is it. Because many more times are small things that need to be resolved. But the big things shouldn't be treated lightly. So I think that you have to just realize, is this a small thing? Because we want to make the small thing small. And if it's a serious thing, we don't want to make it a small thing because it isn't small. And so thinking about what it is what gives us the key to how to resolve it.
These situations have come up. They're a little nerve-wracking, but I really try to look at it positive. I really do prefer to disclose to someone I've known for a while, or know better, or who is a friend that I've known for a while that I feel like I can trust and feel safe with.
I decided to tell a friend of mine. I met her on the dance floor, and we danced together, and I didn't really know her that well. It was the first night I met her. And I disclosed that I had a mental illness, and she says, I can't help you, but I can be in it with you. And she stayed with me through my recovery, and it was the best thing I ever did, telling her I had that, because I found out that she had some problems too.
Sometimes the need arises to disclose certain facts about ourselves, including our diagnosis or what our mental illness is, in a way to show a person that you've been there and you understand what the person's going through, and give them that support, and as well get support back, especially if it's a good friend and a good relationship that you're trying to establish.
The benefit of it is I have a friend for life. I have a friend who is beside me through thick and thin. I had gone into the hospital many times, and I didn't have many visitors. She was the only visitor that came, and she's helped me develop other friendships, and she's always reminded me to play one card at a time. And when you meet friends, take it slow, and I don't jump ahead and tell everybody my story now. I pick and choose, and the communication has gotten better. And
it is a great relief, and I feel like I can be more myself, and I can joke about it, I can crack jokes about it, I can, using humor with it can really help during those times that we all can be challenged. And it's helpful to me to know about their challenges as well.
So what are the benefits of two people with a psychiatric disability befriending one another?
It can turn into a powerful thing when people can get together with the same kind of things in common with their personal life, it being the mental illness. But so I really see it as kind of a brotherhood or a sisterhood that we create.
When I finally started to meet people who had what I had, or had similar lived experience, that's when my world started to open up.
It's kind of like, you're having a bad day and they'll say, hey, I'm in it with you, I've been there, done that. And, you work together to do something to change your mood. And I'm actually finding the human race. I mean, I have friends with psychiatric disabilities and I have friends without psychiatric disabilities. But it's like some of the people that aren't diagnosed still suffer depression and still suffer emotions. And, we're all human, and I'm finding that everyone goes through it. We just have different degrees of it.
Because we've all definitely experienced something really directly disabling that we've had to acknowledge. On the other hand, as you said, all human beings, by virtue of having a physical body, experience the weather of emotions and desires, and sometimes, as with perhaps us specifically, they can be extreme states that get labeled.
I spent 10 years of isolation, not having friends, and I've been through medical hell. But when I turned around and started being on my own, I joined the clubhouse, and that's where I met most of my peers, is in the clubhouse. And that's where I started speaking out at the State House and going to the rallies, and I felt like I was part of the world once I connected to peers.
We have tremendous strength as survivors and community to each other, and knowledge about relating and connecting that's advantageous, that not everybody else has. And I feel proud when I acknowledge finally that I've been able to get there with the help of the shared common stories of people similar to me.
Hearing other people's stories, hear what works for them, what doesn't work for them, how they conquered the day, even if they're not feeling good that day, hearing, what kind of skills they use. It's really very useful.
My sharing my own neurodiversity and my friends similarly sharing theirs is just what the world needs, actually.
Thank you for watching The Art of Making and Keeping Friends. We hope you have found something of value in its content, because our desire is to provide you with ideas for making and keeping valuable relationships. Human connection is one of the fundamental keys to recovery, and the more friendships we can develop, the larger our support system becomes, and the less we need to rely on any single person or professional, although they may very well play a role in our recovery. But there's nothing like a good friend for sharing, for caring, and ultimately to help us heal from the hurts of life, large and small. The connections of friendship keep us going forward from day to day, and also keep us grounded in where we have been. May you all find the gift of friendship wherever life may take you.